Hi everybody, Tracy Brown. So I thought I would get into the topic of the practical around food and how come it feels so hard sometimes. And a lot of that has to do with honestly what our beliefs are about getting our needs met. And so I see a couple camps that people fall into. And one of them, including one that I fall in and out of depending on probably how seriously I'm taking myself, is feeling like I don't have the time to not so much get the groceries for myself, but maybe that's where you're starting from. So I would say to that concern first, if you're starting from, I just don't take the time to get groceries, and so that can be about a lot of things. That could be feel overwhelming to go to the grocery store, and that could also be for a number of reasons. Feeling overwhelmed by the crowds or the time of day, and so looking at that concern of how could we make it easier for you to make it easier to go to the store. It could be not knowing what to get or to buy, or feeling overwhelmed by the options now that you have given yourself a greater range of food in which to get. And so again, that can be broken down into, take some time to make a plan about what you would like to eat. So let's say that you can do all those things though. You could go to the store, you could buy the groceries, but the problem is actually making time in your life to cook the food. And it doesn't always mean everything is exactly cooked from scratch, but at least having a little bit of a plan. And I think that's where so many of us get kind of tripped up, especially us kind of freer spirits who don't like to be told what to do, and organization feels like constriction or being controlled. And what I will say is that from my own experience and from people who are like me that don't like to have every minute of every day planned out, is that what we believe, like let's say cooking ahead or having a plan, if part of us actually feels like that's being controlled, there's a level of really just being really used to, for whatever our stories are, being really used to the chaos. And maybe that's serving us in some way that we don't know about, so that would be worth looking into. Or secondly, it could just be habit. And to that I would say, give yourself 1 week to actually feel what it would feel like to have some ideas of what you want to cook, get the food in the house, and take a couple hours as you're making other meals, and you're actually otherwise using your stove or your oven anyway to make a second or third prep of some other ideas that you'd like to have throughout the week, so you're not cooking again maybe more than once or twice. And that would free up a lot of your time in the evenings to actually enjoy food maybe and relax more, as well as bring back a little bit of structure that you might not otherwise have to get yourself really nourished and to feel really good, and maybe be able to work on some of those satisfaction issues you might be having in the evening, or just eating whatever's available that's not satisfying, or especially if you're having any health concerns you'd like to experiment with. It's hard to do that if you're still just eating by the seat of your pants. And so for my other people out there who are very rigid and very planned, what I would say is that maybe give yourself an opportunity to do the opposite. If everything's super planned out, can you give yourself a chance to have a night where you can have whatever it is you want? Last night for us in our family, we had, inspired by my daughter, she has a little time, and I think each day, if not a couple times a week, to have something called free expiration. So they do whatever they want to do in class in terms of play learning. And so I thought I would do that at home for dinner, and whatever we had available, we all had access to. And it was a really fun meal, and it was a fun night. And lo and behold, most of us chose little bits of different things for the meal anyway. So it was really fun, and we ended up getting what we always feel like we have to be prescribed or told what to do, which is variety. We ended up doing that naturally just by having the freedom to choose what we really wanted, which was really fun. So I hope this little video helps in terms of being curious about whatever's blocking you getting a variety and an abundance of nourishing food. Now, one last thing, if you're struggling with any kind of access to food, that's a whole other topic and a story. That is for another time. But what I'm trying to say is that even if you have maybe limited resources to get a bigger variety of food that you'd like, we all have to spend some time slowing down and learning how to be creative with what we have. So anyway, hope this video helps in terms of you recognizing that having a little structure in getting food available for you and making it accessible for you to actually eat is actually going to bring you more freedom in the long run. All right, take care. Thanks.